Okay folks, time for the overview game, a game where I try and show you as many strengths and weaknesses of whatever tank I'm reviewing in one replay. We are here as a top tier in a tier 6 game. Don't let that fool you, it turns into a very tough game. But I've already shown you how this tank can struggle when it's not top tier. This is top tier. And one of the first things that struck me when I was playing this tank is just the camo rating. It just doesn't seem to be that good. This is a situation where Binox probably would have been better than coated optics. Unfortunately, our team are lemming training the 1-2 lines. None of our light tanks have gone down the middle. And I was expecting to spot someone, but enemy Skoda is able to shoot me. And I've taken my first damage, so there's more damage. And this is a terrible start to the game. I've taken 2 hits, I've lost 2/3 of my health. So yeah, not a very good start. The tank is huge. Even when I thought I was safe, I was getting shot, so I have to relocate. Now this is something the tank is good at, so I'm relocating. But once again, for some reason our tanks, A43 and Churchill, they did move towards town, but they decided not to go into town. Instead they're camping, looking at the middle of the map. Enemy ELC and a VK3001H have been spotted. So maybe now we're going to get our gun in action, so don't want to poke out too far, mainly because I'd still be on the radar of that ELC. So, just looking for an outline. He seems to be well hidden. So, this is the patience game. Maybe I should have come here at the start, but again, on the mini-map, all of a sudden we're being pushed in town. You can see a lot of enemy heavies. They haven't gone valley. They are coming through town on the 0 line. I've got to kill this ELC. And, yeah, once you aim in fully, the gun can be accurate. It's just not accurate on the move, not accurate when taking snapshots. But A43 finally turns around to try and help the Churchill 3, but it's going to be very tough. T1 heavy, T150 down here, Panzer 4D and a T28. Have an outline on the T28, but let the gun aim in fully, get one shot in, and then a heavy tank 6 appears. I've got no shots. But yeah, okay, we've just lost all our tanks here with the exception of the A43. I can't help this guy. I've got to take this opportunity to get out of here. Now the Skoda on the enemy team has suddenly appeared, so yeah, the score is 8-7. Technically we're actually winning, but here we go. I'm running away. I'm doing my almost 50 kilometers an hour, but this tank is so big and the camo rating just seems to be so poor. I'm being spotted all the way along here, keeping the house between myself and enemy tanks, but no, I'm still getting shot. I'm still spotted. Something is still able to spot me. And they haven't stopped yet. See, I'm still spotted. I'm still being shot at. This tank is just so big. I think the size has a big effect on its camo rating. I mean, they're still shooting at where I was. So, yeah, I'd love to know what the camo rating on this tank is. None of the sites have the official information, but there we go. I mean, I've taken 3 hits in this game, all from the Skoda T40 on the enemy team, and I'm almost dead. 72 hit points left. So, the key thing about this tank is not to brawl. It's not a brawler. You don't get up close and personal with this tank. You've got to keep your distance, keep enemy tanks at a distance. We get a kill on the T1 heavy. And when we poke out, at medium to short range, the gun can be okay. I say as I missed that shot, but I didn't have much to shoot on. So this T34 on our team, I want to say congratulations to Kesher 1987, because this guy was an absolute legend. So we've got a T34 and myself defending, and unfortunately this heavy tank 6, he's completely ignoring the T34, aiming at me, waiting for me to poke the corner. I can't do anything while this guy is looking straight at my corner. He finally starts to turn his turret. Okay, he's turned his turret so we can pop out. get a shot in, do another little bit of cap reset. And this T-34 is an absolute legend, little hero. So again, keeping an eye, third person, making sure that no tanks are aiming my way. And we take out the Panzer IV-D. So T-150, Heavy Tank 6 left here. And Tiger, or the Heavy Tank 6, is still looking my way. Still aiming at my rock. T-150 fires. And I don't want to push out. Yep, he's still looking my way. So at short to medium ranges, the gun is fine. You can poke, you can take a shot, but you can't really do that at ranges much further than about 100, 150 meters. You can see how big the reticule is there, but at short range the enemy tank filled the reticule, so not too bad at shooting at tanks at close range, but as I say, snapshots at long range are a problem. So I've switched to premium ammo, just a T-150 left, and he blind shoots the place I was at. So bounce on the T-150 even with premium ammo. Managed to get one into his cupola, so we're capping. We've got one tank capping, 20 seconds left of this game. And we finally are able to take out the T-150, so with 8 seconds left on the clock, unfortunately, the enemy Skoda T-40 takes out our T-50. So, you know, the tank has speed, it has maneuverability. It's not the fastest, it's not the most maneuverable, but it's okay. And the gun is quite good when you can get close range, but the problem with getting close range is you don't have any hit points or armor, so you've got to be really, really careful. And making mistakes in this tank, it's so unforgiving. You can't make mistakes in this tank. I made a mistake at the beginning. I sat in the middle of the map and I lost a lot of health as a result. I probably left it too late to run away and get back to defend, and I lost a lot of health as a result. But what I'm doing is I'm communicating with the T-34 at the moment. I'm saying, let's go together, same side. And I'm typing to the T-34, so it's basically 2 versus 1, and I'm saying, yeah, if he decides to go one line, if we both come 9-0 line, we can cap out. So I'm going to speed it up because the T-34 is going to come over to where I am, and we're going to be advancing together. Now I'm a one-hit kill. T-34 can take a hit, so really I really should have let the T-34 go first, but I'm on 5 kills, and the enemy Skoda is on 5 kills, so this is a game where you've got 2 Skodas doing quite well. And again, we're still communicating in chat, and unfortunately I should have stopped to reply because I say 200, I'm typing, and I don't let the T-34 go first, and unfortunately that's the end of me because I thought the enemy Skoda was going to be somewhere around A2, A3, but he was waiting there. Good ambush, well played to him. He gets his top gun, but the T-34 is able to move up and finish him off for the win. But really nice gameplay, and nice game, Kesher, 1987, well played. Okay, to sum up the Skoda T40 from that game, the camo rating is surprisingly poor. I constantly am surprised at how easily enemy tanks are able to spot me. Now, I did go middle, didn't have a lot of support, and I ended up losing health as a result. But later on in the game, I was trying to run away, and the entire time I was running away, I was constantly spotted, constantly under fire, and lost even more hit points. I didn't bounce a single shot. Every shot that hit me in that particular game penned, and you don't have a lot of health, so if you get shot at, you're going to lose health, and you can lose health very, very quickly because the tank only has 700 hit points. So even as top tier in a tier 6 game, The tank can be quite challenging to play, especially if you make mistakes, because it will not forgive mistakes. You don't have the hit points, you don't have the armor, you can't afford to make mistakes in the Skoda T40. However, the gun performed well. The gun is very, very good when the tank is top tier. Against tier 6s, the gun is very, very good, but you still occasionally need to fire premium ammo, like I did in the tense situation at the end versus the T150, where I needed it to pen his cupola with ease as opposed to bouncing a couple of regular AP shots. But yeah, team score, I mean, really, really well played to a couple of the players in our team. I didn't realize the Hellcat had such a good game. I came second with 840 XP, and Kesher 1987 had a really, really good game in his T34. I forgot to congratulate him after that game, but yeah, it was a very, very tough game. We finished up with 5 kills, did almost 2k damage, but the Skoda T40, even when it's top tier, it can be hard work to play. But you got to see speed, you got to see maneuverability. I was able to move from one location to another. I was able to run away, even though I did take a few hits running away, but the tank is fast enough, it is maneuverable enough, the gun is good enough, especially when it's top tier. When it's in a tier 7 game, it's okay, but in a tier 8 game, I think the tank is absolutely awful. It's one of these tanks that really needs premium matchmaking, but we fired 13, we hit 11, so when you let the gun aim in fully, it's quite good. Unfortunately, taking snapshots, it's not quite so good. Gun at medium to close range is very, very good because you don't have to aim as much. The problem with being medium to close range is enemy tanks can see you, enemy tanks can shoot back, and this tank really can't trade its hit points for damage, unlike a lot of other tanks. But we spotted 1, damaged 6, destroyed 5, did 52 base defense points, and earned 30,000 credits. So even in a game where we were struggling, even in a game where we're top tier and we're shooting some lower tier tanks, the tank will still earn money. It's cheap. I had to fire a couple of premium rounds. The premium rounds are not cheap, however, so that cut into the profit margins quite a lot. And the problem is you're going to be firing quite a lot of premium ammo in this game, in this tank, especially when you are bottom tier or against enemy heavies. But the tank will earn money, and it will train your new Czechoslovakian crews.